Ever get that feeling?
Yeah.
You meet someone who just seems to nail every goal they go after. Makes you wonder, right? Is it just like pure talent, some kind of superpower they were born with? Well, today we're going to dig into a theory that might totally flip the script on how we think about success. And get this, it all starts with your mindset.
Interesting.
We're doing a deep dive into this thing called the growth mindset. We're using insights from Carol Dweck. She's like a rock star psychologist from Stanford.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of her.
And for a real-world example of this in action, we're going to look at the wild ride of Josh Waitzkin. You familiar with him? Chess prodigy turned, get this, martial arts champ.
Ah, that's range.
Talk about range. But that's the thing. He didn't just do well in these two totally different fields. He owned them.
What's wild about Waitzkin is that he didn't credit some, inborn talent for his success. He said it was all about his mindset, this thing that let him constantly learn, shift, and just blow past his own limits. That's the core of the growth mindset right there.
So let's break this growth mindset thing down. What's it actually look like when someone's got it?
So it all starts with realizing there are two basic beliefs people carry about their abilities: fixed mindset or growth mindset. A fixed mindset basically says your smarts and talents, they're fixed. You're either born with it or you're out of luck.
Yeah, I can see how that belief would make you feel kind of stuck. Why even bother pushing yourself if you don't think you can actually get better?
Exactly, and that's where the growth mindset swoops in. It sees intelligence and talents as skills. Skills that you can totally develop if you're willing to put in the work, learn consistently. It's not about where you begin, it's about the direction you're heading.
Okay, so instead of that inner voice being like, I'm rubbish at this, the growth mindset's like, I'm not great at this yet.
Right. It's about embracing that learning curve.
100%. And the really cool part, this isn't just some self-help fluff. Dweck and her colleague Lisa Blackwell, they actually proved this with 7th graders. They did this study, right? And the students who were taught to think with a growth mindset, their grades actually got better over time, way better than those who weren't. So it's like actual proof that a growth mindset can get you real-world results. And this isn't limited to just acing your next test, right? We're talking about tapping into your potential in every area of life.
Absolutely. Think about it. Even something like learning a new dance move. It's not about magically being born a dancer. It's about being down to practice, mess up a bunch, and just try again. Boom, growth mindset.
So it's not even about just brute forcing effort. It's about having the right mindset to handle all of it, the effort, the setbacks, the inevitable face plants along the way.
Exactly. A growth mindset, it lets you see those challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to level up. And to really get how this works, we got to talk about this crazy cool thing called neuroplasticity.
Ooh, okay, now this is where things get kind of mind-bendy. We're talking about the brain's ability to change, to literally rewire itself throughout our lives, right? So we're talking about our brains actually changing, adapting, rewiring themselves as we go through life. That's wild. It's we've all got this hidden superpower to reshape our own brains.
You got it. That whole you're stuck with the brain you're born with thing. Yeah, neuroplasticity tosses that out the window. It means we can learn new stuff, pick up new skills, and basically blow past the limits of what we thought we could do.
Okay, now that is exciting. But how does this tie back into the whole growth mindset idea?
So neuroplasticity, that's the science behind why the growth mindset works. When we're yeah, growth mindset, bring on the challenges. We're setting our brains up to learn and grow like crazy.
Like we're giving our brains a pep talk. Get ready to make some new connections, team, because we're going in.
You know it. And get this, brain scans actually show the difference. They studied people with fixed mindsets and those with growth mindsets. And when people with a fixed mindset got feedback, especially negative feedback, their brains lit up in the areas tied to ego, self-image, all that.
So they're more worried about protecting their ego than actually learning from the experience.
Bingo. But then you look at the growth mindset folks, their brain scans, way more activity in the learning and information processing zones. Didn't matter if the feedback was good or bad, they were soaking it up.
The brains are like, judgment. Who cares? We're here to learn and level up.
Exactly. And that difference, it shows in how they act and what they achieve. Growth mindset people, they roll with the punches, they're resilient, because they see setbacks as chances to learn and get better.
Makes me think about Josh Waitzkin again. He didn't let setbacks stop him. He used them to refine his game,
Totally. Remember how Waitzkin basically took his learning process from chess and applied it to martial arts? That's neuroplasticity in action. He trained his brain to embrace challenges, learn from mistakes, constantly adapt. He didn't see those fields as separate. They were just new areas to apply his learning process.
So it's like his brain became this awesome learning machine, ready for anything. Pretty inspiring stuff. But it also makes you wonder, if our brains are so adaptable, why do people get stuck in that fixed mindset?
That's a great question. And you know what plays a huge role? The way we're praised, especially when we're kids, might seem like a small thing, but the kind of praise we get early on, that can stick with us.
So before the break, we were talking about how the type of praise we get, even as kids, can really stick with us and shape our mindset.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
I'm curious to know, what does that actually look like, though?
All right, well, there's this other study by, you guessed it, Carol Dweck. This time she teamed up with a colleague, Claudia Mueller, and they gave a bunch of kids puzzles to solve.
Okay.
So after the first round, they praised some of the kids for their intelligence, like, wow, you're so smart, that kind of thing.
Classic fixed mindset praise.
Exactly, but the other kids, they praised them for their effort. You must have worked so hard on that.
Okay, so we've got fixed mindset praise versus growth mindset praise. What happened next?
This is where it gets interesting. They gave the kids a choice. They could try a harder puzzle or stick with the easy ones.
I guess the smart kids went for the easy puzzles.
You know it. They wanted to keep looking smart, even if it meant dodging a challenge.
Makes sense.
But the kids who were praised for their effort, they were all about those tougher puzzles.
So the way we praise kids actually changes how they deal with challenges. That's pretty huge.
Right. But wait, there's more.
Oh, there's always more.
The researchers found that the kids who got that fixed mindset praise, they actually did worse on those harder puzzles. It's like their fear of messing up, it became a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Wow. And the kids who got the growth mindset praise?
They got better. They went after those harder puzzles with a good attitude and kept trying even when things got tricky.
That's incredible. This is so important for anyone who works with kids, right? We've got to be so careful about how we praise them, focus on their effort, their strategy, their persistence.
100%. It's all about building that love of learning and that belief that they can grow and get better.
This has been such an awesome deep dive. So we've explored this whole growth mindset thing, looked at the science behind it, the impact of praise, even some ways to help ourselves and the people we care about actually cultivate this mindset.
It's powerful stuff.
It really is. So as we wrap up, I've got one last thought for you to chew on. What's that one area in your life where maybe you've been holding yourself back with a fixed mindset? And how could shifting to a growth mindset open up new possibilities? That's it for this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious and keep those mindsets growing.